Hi Sam, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, Ethan? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you too. I think we have exciting topic to discuss today about affiliate marketing and Roundforest. So maybe just for the sake of our listeners, let's talk a little bit more about Roundforest. Please explain what the company is doing and what is your role.
Of course, first of all, my name is Sam Sank. Nice to meet you all. I'm the head of business development here at Roundforest. Roundforest is a product recommendation platform helping consumers with their online shopping decisions. We've been around for a decade now already. 10 years we've been doing this, and we are active in 9 different countries, helping millions of shoppers choose the right product that they're looking for using AI technology to help them make that decision. I'm sure we're going to delve into that a lot more as we get on. But in general, that's pretty much what Roundforest does.
Nice. So how people can experience your services? Because you describe yourself as a product recommendation platform, right? So tell us more about this and maybe later about the business model as well.
Of course. So we have two main websites. One is called bestreviews.guide. This is a product comparison website featuring more than 500,000 different categories. So any product that you can think of within the e-commerce world, we're probably covering it in that site, in bestreviews.guide. And the second site that we have is called bestdeals.today. This is more focused on deals, live discounts and coupons that are happening in real time. And on both these sites, we are connecting our users to the different marketplaces that we're working with. So the biggest marketplaces in the world that you can think of, Amazon, eBay, Walmart, one specific to European countries, whether it's Germany, UK. We are connected to all these marketplaces, and we are with those two offerings, the product comparison and the deal curation sites, we're helping our users make the right decision. What was the second part of the question? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, so this is clear, and the business model. Yeah, the business model.
In terms of the business model, we are an affiliate of those marketplaces. So we are helping to drive traffic to their sites. We are bringing majority of our traffic from search campaigns. So when a user is using a search engine for a specific intent, so they could be searching, for example, best vacuum cleaner. And then hopefully they would arrive at our site. We have a very strong SEO ranking. We're also, like I said, very active in paid search campaigns as well. So hopefully they would arrive at our site, specifically on the page that's relevant to them. So in this case, it would be 10 best vacuum cleaners on bestreviews.guide, for example. And that's how we bring users to our sites. And from there, we send them onto the marketplaces, and we have a business agreement with those marketplaces to take a specific percentage of sales that we generate for them, or other kinds of business agreement. But this is the main flow of how the user journey takes place with Roundforest.
Yeah, so we are just after Amazon Prime Day, right? I guess it was very busy for you.
Extremely busy.
How was it?
Yeah, it was really successful. One of our best Prime days in the last 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
We have had a lot of successes in recent times here at Roundforest because of the use of that AI technology, which I mentioned earlier. So we're improving our product all the time, and we're seeing a lot of success. And also, I mentioned that we're not the US is our main market, um, obviously, but we are active in a number of different countries. So that's Canada, Australia, the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, India. So because we are so spread out across a number of different locales, we are seeing success in at different stages in those countries. So some are more established, and some are growing at quite a rapid pace. So Prime Day was a good litmus test of how successful we've been in those different locales, which, like I said, was extremely positive signs. And in general, I think the buzz around a sales event like Prime Day, and obviously as we reach the end of the year, we have a lot more sales events coming up. I think it just raises the atmosphere here at the company, and in general in the e-commerce world, people get very excited. People start shopping more, and that obviously affects the way that we run our business as well, because we want to provide the solutions and recommendation platform that we pride ourselves by.
Sure. So for a brand or any business who is thinking about launching an affiliate marketing project or campaign as part of his overall marketing efforts, right, and channels, what are some of the best practice, and where do these companies need to start, and what are the major, let's say, milestone? How do they measure success of such a channel?
Sure. So I think in general, when it comes to launching an affiliate program, you first of all, as a business owner, I would say, need to understand what are your pain points on the marketing front. Like, what is it that you're struggling with at the moment in terms of the marketing side? Is it too much resources, time, and money being spent on the marketing arm of your business? Is it struggling to bring traffic from outside of a specific platform? So once you've identified that, then you can focus in on where you want to you know start this affiliate program. There are lots of affiliate programs and agencies out there. They have access to different kind of marketplaces and publishers, and they're extremely useful. Um, and yeah, so I think what you need to understand is where you're missing out on, and where you can improve. You also asked the question of how do you measure that success. I think the main measure would be the incrementality. And what I mean by that is the additional sales that you would get from joining an affiliate program. And that obviously you correlate that with the cost of joining that affiliate program. Some programs have a monthly fee or a setup fee in addition to some kind of rev share model. Others don't. So whatever is fits best to your business terms would be obviously the correct decision. But like I said, I think it boils down to not trying to be an expert in an area where maybe you're not as strong as you are. So a lot of business owners are good at creating the products and launching them on their sites, and they're good at managing a store on the marketplace, but they're not so good at actually bringing in the traffic. And I think sometimes it's important to understand that and hand it over to the professionals, so to speak, and give that side of your business to someone who has a bit more expertise, who can provide more value than you would. And I'll go back to something I mentioned earlier. It's about where are you spending your time and resources? Because I think that is, as a business owner, that's the most important decision you have to make. So if you can really make those decisions as efficient as possible, then you'll start to see success in lots of areas.
Yeah, so what are the major steps that I need to do as a brand? So obviously I have my own brand.com website, maybe I have also Amazon pages, and then I want to engage with the companies like Roundforest. What's this process? Because you work with so many products, right? And I assume that for any brands, the idea to go and work with affiliate marketing is probably to extend their marketing efforts, because you will create comparison tables, you create content around that, and try to expose the product and expose the brand to other markets. How can the brand ensures that they are prioritized, that they're even someone is taking care of them? Is it? And I know that you are working entirely on a rev share model, right? So I guess how can brands find themselves within this large vast of products that you already have on those two platforms?
Sure. So I obviously can only talk about Roundforest myself. I
Yes,
can't talk
sure.
about the how well the other companies do
Hmm.
it. But you mentioned, the idea of a rev share model. This is something that's has always been quite central to our business. We want to offer to our partners the idea that you only succeed when we succeed. So knowing that you only need to pay a certain commission once we actually generate a sale for you, that's very central. And I think it also lowers the risk of the partners who are working with us. They know that if for whatever reason we were unable to generate sales for them, then they actually don't have any payment to make. So that would be something that I think is a good selling point, is the relatively low risk free aspect of it. in terms of, the general customer success, or whatever you were alluding to. This is something that I've been working in. I've been at Roundforest for 2 years, and in general, I've been in the industry for a lot longer. I understand what's important to businesses. Like I said, it really goes back again to the time and the resources, and knowing that someone is taking care of an important part of your business. Takes a lot of stress away from the business owner. For us, it's a very low touch, simple business arrangement where everything, pretty much everything at Roundforest is done through AI. So we are making sure that we are covering as many categories as we can. So therefore, we're covering as many products of the partners that we're working with. So something that is quite unique to Roundforest and may not exist in some of the other affiliate agencies and programs is that we're very focused on the long tail. What do I mean by the long tail? Is when you look at the wide range of e-commerce products available, the first 15 to 20% is what we would call the fat head. This is like the very general mainstream products that we're all very familiar with, whether it's Apple headphones or headphones, laptops, vacuum cleaners, etc. Then you have another middle section of about 10-15%, and then 70% of e-commerce products out there is what we would consider within the long tail. The long tail is these niche categories where someone is looking for something very specific. And we see that a lot within the search engines themselves. So somebody will, for example, write onto Google, hey, I'm looking for a vacuum cleaner that is best with dealing with cat hair, for example. And this is something that Roundforest is specializes in. We obviously have a page, I mentioned it earlier, 10 best vacuum cleaners. We also have a page which is 10 best vacuum cleaners for dog hair. There's one for cat hair. There's one for students and for old age citizens. You think of the niche product that you are thinking of. I'm pretty sure that we've got it covered. Like I said, there's over 500,000 different categories. And this is how we're able to really ensure that we can cover as much as the product catalogs of the partners that we're working with. And that's why Best Reviews Guide, like I said, has over 500,000 different categories. So that's something that we're able to provide to the partners we're working with, is to say that whatever niche category you're working in, we're probably able to cover that category. We have a page already. If the page doesn't exist, our AI technology will create the page because of now we're working with you. And it should mean that we're allowed to promote your products as much as possible in order to generate sales, which at the end of the day is, I think, one of the most important reasons, or the biggest drivers why a business owner would start working with an affiliate network, is to increase sales. And at the end of the day, our success is measured on that number, on how many sales we're able to generate per month or in any given time. And that's, we're using the AI technology and the focus on the long tail in order to maximize that number. In just for an example, last year we generated over $1 billion worth of sales for all of our partners. So
Wow.
we're very active in the space. We're a trusted and long-standing partner with the big marketplaces that I mentioned earlier. So we are able to generate a lot of sales, and the more the merrier. It's a win-win situation for all of us.
Oh,
Like I
that's
said,
amazing.
yeah,
Substantial volume, and obviously one of the top probably traffic providers to Amazon and others as well, right?
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So those products, are you identifying opportunities in the market and scouting for the right products, or is it mostly kind of a pull mode that companies are reaching out, or how's it work? Maybe both.
It's definitely a bit of both. Yeah.
Hmm.
We're also reacting to the needs and desires of the partners themselves, who will come and say to us, hey, we see a big opportunity in the sports category. It also is obviously very relevant to the seasonality of different products. So we're now, deep in the summer months. The sports and outdoor categories are very popular. This is also like the back to school period, where office products and anything related to going back to school or university is very relevant. So on one hand, we're listening always to our partners and understanding what's the trends. But on the other hand, we're doing our own research, our own work. I can't stress enough how much we're using AI technology, especially in the last 2 years. The evolution of open AI has kind of blown up for everyone, and we took it on ourselves as a company to really utilize that to the best way possible. So we're using that to really understand what the new trends are, understand where there's maybe gaps in the market where products are becoming more popular, and we're obviously relaying that to all aspects of our business. So whether it's the campaigns themselves on search engines, or the relevancy and content of our different sites, and also how we interact with the marketplaces and partners of ours. So it's definitely two different approaches happening at the same time, and it's also very dynamic. I didn't mention this earlier, but the content that you see on our website, it may change week by week because of the different trends that are happening, because some products are becoming more popular, or new products are being launched, and the sites themselves are being updated all the time, and relevant to what you just said.
Yes. So obviously there is a lot of content creation involved, a lot, right? Like on all these different products. What
Right.
are some of the other things that you do to promote products on your platform?
So regarding the content creation, it's very AI focused again.
Hmm.
We're really utilizing that for the best of its ability to show, what we have on our sites. The sites themselves traditionally have been a list of the best products in each category, and the second site, deals, is obviously focused on deals, again in a list kind of format. But recently we've started to develop our product a little bit more, to introduce more kinds of features, which again is relevant to what we're seeing trending in global e-commerce. So whether it's comparing two different products, would be an example of maybe something that we're starting to play with. We're also starting to work on different channels, whether that be through social media. We're launching some campaigns there, attracting different types of intent. So traditionally, we've always been focused on catching people's intent from search engines, what people write into Google or Bing, and basically providing solutions to what they're specifically looking for. Now we're looking at different kinds of intent. So people are scrolling on social media. They may not have a specific product in mind, but again, using AI and trends, we're able to present an offering to them which is relevant to them, and can lead to generation of sales at the end of the day. So there are different offerings at the moment. For many years, it was a very simple uh, playbook of how we offered this product recommendation platform, but it's evolving a lot in the last few years, because again of AI, and because of different trends happening in the e-commerce world.
Yeah. You also work and have a budget for paid search or paid media as well?
Yes, yes. Again, this is something that we would consider ourselves experts at. We have a dedicated team who are very focused on catching intent and using paid search campaigns to be the most relevant choice available and link available once somebody searches something specific. So yeah, we're extremely focused on that. It's something that we pride ourselves on, and I think that's also something that attracts us to both business owners and some of these marketplaces that we're working with, is because we do this very well, that they see it as an opportunity to basically take advantage of this skill, this tool that we have, and use it for their own benefits. Again, obviously it's a win-win situation for all involved, but there may be a partner out there who doesn't have such a strong uh, paid search team, and so they're looking to outsource that ability, and they outsource it to us because it's something that we're quite good at, and that way everyone is able to benefit from
Yeah, and in this
this.
case, they will pay for the media, of course, and for the services around
It,
that.
dep- it depends what the
Depends.
business agreement is
Hmm.
on, so it can be varied, is the
Can be varied.
truth. Yes.
Maybe some changes on the rev share with the combination
Yeah.
of rev share and some
Yeah. It
monthly
depends.
payment.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you get your traffic obviously a lot from Google, right? Through content and search. Also, you mentioned social media, trying to find the right intent to convert users around this topic, around these topics. And what is the main uses of AI? I mean, you mentioned it so much. Obviously, you mentioned the content creation side, product descriptions, right? What are some of the use cases that you use AI in Runforest?
Sure. So I'm not the. I will just give a disclaimer now. I'm not the best person to talk about AI.
Hmm.
We should get one of our dev team geniuses to come in and
Okay, yeah.
replace me for this section for this question. But to answer your question, like I said, we're extremely focused on AI. We see it as the future, and to utilize it as much as possible can only be beneficial. In terms of a use case, like we saw, for example, I'll give an example. We saw that there was a niche of violins for beginners, like people looking to buy a violin at a beginner level. We saw this trend happening in the e-commerce world. There was a demand for this. We saw that there was a lack of content available and a lack of offering from our side. And the AI that we have within our system was able to take advantage of this and create the content, create the pages, make the relevant links with the marketplaces themselves, make sure that we're able to provide the best products possible. Like our aim in general is to help the consumer with their online shopping decision. If somebody is looking for a violin for a beginner, we're aiming to give them the best possible product for that need. So we need to make sure that we're able to provide them with those products. So that obviously takes some kind of effort as well, is
Hmm.
understanding where the best violin products are available. Is it on Marketplace 1, 2, or 3? Is it on all three? Let's offer them everything possible. Um, and I think in general, something else that we've seen recently is that for consumers, there's so much choice out there. Like the e-commerce world has grown so much and it's such a giant these days, and there's just so much choice. And somebody wants to continue using this example, wants to buy a violin for a beginner, and there's just so many products out there. And our job, and again, this is where we really are using the AI, is to make sure that we are able to hone down on the specific product that they're looking for. And that's again why we're focused on the long tail. We want to make sure that every single niche category is covered by us, and
Hmm.
we're able to provide them with the specific products which is relevant for them. So by going from too much choice to a more condensed choice, giving them a few options, and then they can make that decision themselves. That's in essence what we're trying to provide, and the AI is, the flag bearer for all those evolutions of our product over the years, at least in the last 2 years specifically. Um, and it's something else that it's doing. I'll add one more thing: is it's very focused on the relevancy. So whatever you are looking for, whatever you are writing, it knows exactly what it is that you're looking for, or it will provide for you the exact content that is specific to your intent. So think of it like a challenge, right? As a niche intent, something you're looking for to buy, go crazy with how specific you want to be on the search engine, and hopefully when you've clicked search, you'll see that a Roundforest or a bestreviews.guide page specific to your search is waiting for you at the end and will help you make that shopping decision. Again, that in essence is what we're trying to do. We're trying to
Yes.
give a balanced shopping experience to our users. At the same time, we are promoting specific products through the marketplaces that we're working with. But again, we're trying to give a balanced experience where we are trying to genuinely give our users the best products possible to their specific needs.
Yes, yes. And obviously, by doing that, you also have like repeat customers, right, that are trusting you as a solid and reliable guide or source for that I would say professional information. Those products that you're promoting, are they usually provide some special terms to Roundforest, or they keep using their own public pricing and just promote it on your platform as well? Or there are some special deals or campaigns that you are involved with?
So again, the answer is both. Some partners are using Roundforest exclusive offers to try and bring more traffic, but our technology allows us to basically mirror whatever discounts or coupons exist at the marketplace level and show them on our sites as well. So
Mhm.
the user themselves, uh, are viewing all the deals that are available. And one of our sites, Best Deals Today, is totally focused on that. It's focused on real time deals. So that
Uh-huh.
site specifically is changing more frequently than daily. It's changing hourly because deals are happening all the time. And these marketplaces are trying to obviously bring users to their sites by offering these deals. And we're um, allowing that to happen through our offering while at the same time trying to give the user the best experience possible and making sure that not only are they having not only are we showing them which product they are specifically looking for, but we're also showing them the best deal possible for that product. So
Yeah.
again, it's a compound experience where it's the focus on the product itself, but also the best deal possible for that product. So this again will hopefully give the user the perfect shopping experience, and this is what we're aiming
Yeah.
for.
So both of these websites are primarily focused on D2C products. Yes.
Um, there is both as well, but I would say it's primarily focused on marketplaces. So some of the
Mhm.
biggest marketplaces that we mentioned earlier today, you'll see that the majority of the links are sending users to there. We have had in the past some different offers straight to D2C, but it's more of a case by case decision in that case. And we're
Okay.
very flexible and very open to any kind of opportunities, but we see the most success at the marketplace level, is the truth.
Okay, great. So tell us more about this is something that you do obviously as head of partnerships, right? Talking on a daily basis with Amazon and eBay and those big marketplaces. What's the level of relationship that you've built with them? What's going on their side? What's important for them to make this journey a success?
Sure. So like I said, Roundforest has been around for a decade, 10 years, and that's 10 years of relationships with these kind of players who are the biggest players in the e-commerce world. What's important to them, I would say that it can change, is the truth, because um, they have their own considerations to take place, which come from a leadership level at these kind of companies. Sometimes it can be volume, the amount of sales we drive for them. Sometimes it can be profitability from their part. They're trying to make more money or make more sales. We've seen some of these companies have struggles over the last few years. We've seen a lot of layoffs in some of the biggest high tech companies, and this can sometimes affect the relationships or the business terms. But in general, what's important for them is traffic. Is sales. They want customers.
Hmm.
We're able to provide them with customers, and something you mentioned earlier about customers returning to Roundforest again and again, which is something that we are seeing. That once you have a successful experience with us, it's more likely that you'll return again and go through the same experience. These marketplaces are looking for the same thing. They want the returning customers. They want their marketplace to be the default for as many users as possible. But they are beasts in this world. Like the players we mentioned are household names where pretty much, large percentages of e-commerce users have probably experienced these kind of marketplaces. And for them, they're interested in keeping their market share. And they use publishers like us to help them maintain that market share by continuing to drive them sales and users. And in terms of the relationship that we have with them, it's very mutually beneficial. We each provide a need for the other. It's a very open relationship, a trusted relationship. It's something that I've been doing for the last 2 years since I've been at Roundforest.
Hmm.
Part of my responsibilities is to manage and maintain these relationships, and it can be a bumpy road at times. Sometimes the market is not so kind to all of us, and
Hmm.
we have to make sure that we get through those times. But that's when the relationship really shows itself to be strong or not. Is if you can get through the tough times together, and that's what we've seen. It's not always smooth sailing, but in general, we're in a very good place, and a big reason because of that is because of the strong relationships we have with our partners.
Yeah.
So I commend those who were before me, and commend everyone who takes all the stakeholders who are involved in maintaining that relationship. But yeah, it's super important, and it's the basis of how we run things here at Roundforest.
Are you using some of the Amazon tools for promotion, like Amazon advertising or affiliates, or on your campaigns?
Yeah, we are using a
Hmm.
lot of Amazon tools. I think since we're quite a trusted and a big partner with some of these marketplaces, they want us to utilize some of their new products to test it. So more often than not, we're happy to be the guinea pig, um, and a lot of the things that they're doing are in line with some of the product development that we see here at Roundforest as well. It's a lot of can be AI focused, but it's about really honing down on the customer's needs, and making sure that what the customer is looking for is provided by the marketplaces or through us first. So we're quite aligned in that sense. And in general, like Roundforest, we're an Israeli high tech startup. Call us whatever you want. We're very open to being dynamic and to being revolutionary. So any kind of new development that exists, we're very keen to jump on board and try to use it for the best of our ability. And I think that's in general why some of the biggest companies in the world are so attracted to Israeli companies, is because of our willingness to adapt and not be scared to try new things. And it's definitely relevant here at Roundforest, and I see it with our relationships with the marketplaces themselves.
Yes. I mean, I think it's an amazing story, right? 10 years, definitely bootstrap company and so dominating, right, in the US market and with your relationship with Amazon and eBay. So, Sam, what is the best way for businesses to find you and to reach out to you?
They can contact me, sam@roundforest.com. Shouldn't be too
Easy.
complicated. Yeah,
Yeah.
sam@roundforest.com. And I'm happy to speak to anyone who has some kind of questions or opportunities they want to discuss. I'm open to it. And I want to thank you, obviously, for hosting me, and enjoyed the conversation, and happy to come on again if there's follow-up questions, of course. But hopefully, I was able to answer all the questions that you had.
Yes.
Or yeah,
Yes. For me, it was very important because I think affiliate, I mean, in today's era, right, with CPC, I mean, so many channels are not working as they used to, right, for
yeah,
many of the brands. And there is like this continuous research for more and more channels. Definitely, affiliate marketing is an important one. This is why I want to do this episode with you and just to introduce our listeners to the topic and provide some of the best practices and what's working and what's not in this. And I definitely feel that we gave enough information, at least just to trigger their interest and maybe helping them to reach out to you and uh, considering this as a very, very, very viable and effective marketing channels for 2024 and maybe for the future. So, Sam, thank you so much. It was really, really interesting. Anything else you want to add?
just thank you so much for having me, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, looking forward to speaking more, hopefully, in the future.
Yes, sure. So keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.